Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Anime Review, episode number 33. This is our reviewing the 26th of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Go to Win, which is also the 139th episode of the anime, A Little Story from the Past. My name is Doppio. Yep, this one's adapted from chapters 541 to 544, and the first chapter 569. Starts off with a flashback, in a way, to 1965 in a woman's prison. Yes, a woman's prison. We hear a woman moaning. You're thinking, why is this woman moaning for? Apparently, she mysteriously got pregnant. Somehow. Just never explained. And then she gets birth, and she asks, and the guards ask who the father is. Never revealed who the father is at all. Gives birth, and apparently this baby apparently keeps his eyes open. Okay. Also, this baby's got pink hair. Something as never explained. And apparently, Doppio, that's what they name him, and this turns out to be the actual boss of the organization, Passionate. Apparently, the guy was a coward when he was younger, basically protecting a frog. Meets a woman, and then, we see right after the guy was born, he was given to a Catholic priest to be raised. Okay, so, raised perfectly fine, becomes a sailor, alright. Excuse me, and then, somehow he decides to dig a hole in the floor to build a garage. Okay, and somehow I come across a woman. Unknown how long she'd been there, her mouth has been shown shut, and she's breathing, and it's unknown exactly how in the world she got there, and then all of a sudden we see Doppio in another version of him just killed the priest with a pickaxe, the same thing he used to bust up with his floor, and then somehow Doppio, yeah, it's Doppio who did this, burned down an entire frickin' village, killing 7 people and having other people missing. Was this village so tiny you killed 7 people? As for why he decided to do this, completely unknown. It's never explained. And then we jump to present day, where Doppio is back in Sardinia, looking for a particular portion of the coast. He's also looking for a traitor to the organization, Passionate. And he comes across a fortune teller. Okay, a fortune teller. It's he's looking for his past, looking for his daughter. It's how can you do that? You're so young. Yeah, as for why in the world he looks this way, it has to do with his stand. That's what keeps him so young. And then, because the fact that this guy touched him while trying to pay him this particular money because he wanted to do his fortune, he decides to strangle, basically nearly choke him. He's I'll kill you instantly. You're not standing user because you're a fortune teller. And he gives information about the guy Rajo, who actually has appeared prior to this, and he's the head of the assassin team after Team Baraki. Oh, by the way, he does show up in the episode. He doesn't do very much at all, not until the very end. He kills the fortune teller pretty easily, and he sees a little boy who looks like Napo, I think his name is. Yeah, Neredia. It looks like him. Yeah, very similar face, though that could be Akira, just the writer of the series. It could be just him reusing a face. That's simply just of it. Though I should point out, though, it sounds like this kid has the same voice actor as him. Yes, and when speaking of him, his stand shows up in the episode. Yeah, briefly toward the very end. This is probably also by far the first episode, and probably going to be the only one, where it doesn't feature any of Team Baraki. Focus on the boss. Okay, fine. Focus on probably the most least interesting villain of the franchise. This guy is not interesting at all. I mean, the guy is so freaking paranoid. I mean, yeah, the guy is a freaking powerful guy. But man, I've never seen such a paranoid villain. I mean, at least in the case of the villain from Part 4, I may not remember his name, but at least he was a good, interesting villain. I mean, this guy had been frequently referenced a lot throughout this entire run, and he doesn't show up to Raven recently. Well, we probably get a chance to see what the heck the guy looks like. Oh yeah, and I think that the woman that basically chopped the floor, I think it might be his mother, but it was never explained. Yep, and then of course the guy, after he kills the fortune teller, catches a taxi, rides out to the coast. Apparently he needs a cell phone. Apparently his cell phone broke. Yeah, when he was trying to save a kid, but he had to get his phone run over. He gets to the coast, gets where he wants to, and then he tries to nearly kill the guy because he wants money. Because well, the driver wants to pay like, and this is Italian currency, 800,000 euro. I think that's how you pronounce the currency in Italy. Excuse me. I'm not sure how much that is in U.S. currency, but it probably is a lot. So he nearly tries to kill him for simply touching him, and then he just does the whole. Now this is the part that really turned me off of this villain. This guy is insane. You know what I'm saying he is? He makes a sound that apparently a cell phone is ringing. And what is ringing? The doll hanging from the taxi driver's mirror. And he uses a frickin' cell phone to talk to himself. Talks to the thing for a little while. The driver, of course, just takes the guy's very quietly while he's on the phone. Takes his briefcase and his phone. Just toss it quickly outside. Close the door. And drive off. And the taxi driver is never seen again. Yep. And then we see Raxio, I think it's he pronounced the guy's name. He shows up like right after this conversation. He basically hits Doppio, breaks his nose, and he doesn't think he's the boss, but yeah, he finds out, yep, this is definitely the boss. Throws a knife at him, and then of course after he leaves, of course he's the one who sees Aerosmith flying around, and goes off, and then he says, "Oh yeah," and he makes that stupid ringing sounding with his voice, and he goes, "Oh yeah, look, it's a payphone," and he talks to a frog. He uses a frog as a frickin' phone. Yeah, though it showed at the beginning he apparently loves frogs, and he meets Trisha's mother at the beginning of the episode. Yeah, oh yeah, and what happens to this woman? Never explained. She just shows up briefly for this one scene, and she just never seen it. And yeah, the woman who shows up in the floor, it's a completely different person. Yeah. Don't know who this woman is, but she looks nothing like the other woman that he encountered. I mean, I highly doubt he would do this for a woman he just met. Just tie her up in the put her in the frickin' floor. Yep. So, Doppio talks himself for a little while. And, yeah, goes off and does whatever. Yep. Yep. I think there was anything else. Not really, no. It's not much this episode. I like the beginning. I like Doppio's backstory. I mean, barely what we got. Yeah, it's done much for this guy, and apparently he's got a split personality. Well, his other personality allows him to basically put on about 20 pounds of muscle, change his voice, and make him a freaking serial killer. As for why in the world he's like this, never explained here. Might be explained later on. Yes. Though I keep wondering though. I mean, as powerful as this guy is, I'm sure at some point he must have met Dio Brando during his lifetime. I'm sure he probably did. But it's unknown if he actually did because Dio Brando appears like once he a photograph, and he only gets referenced just a couple times. I'm like, really? That's it? You couldn't mention the fact that, well, I'm surprised that Gojo Kujo does not get involved in this stuff. But, I mean, yes, the main character is in fact the son of Dio Brando. But as far as I can tell, the guy himself has never been told as far as Dio Brando. He has a picture of him, but nothing is made of it at all, though it's pretty much the same picture from part 3. As for how he got the picture was never explained in the series. Yep. Now, as for, what's coming next week, the title of next week's episode is King Crimson vs. Metallica. Yep, that looks like it's going to be next week, though I keep thinking that we probably won't be waiting for Team Brocky very long. Nope. Yeah. So yeah, that's really it for this particular review. Not much else to say about this episode. This episode was so bizarre and completely out there. Yes. Though, like, if you watch this episode after watching all the previous episodes, you're probably like, okay, so this episode was focused on the boss's backstory for some reason. Yeah, no idea why. If you didn't read the manga, like, okay, yeah, let's have an unexplained departure from the main story, tell a backstory to the main villain of the series. I mean, yeah, we didn't get much of backstory in the villains in parts 1 through 4, but at least they were interesting, somewhat. Though the main villain of part 2 was okay, but I would say that Dio Brando and the main villain and the serial killer from part 4 were a lot more interesting than this guy is. I mean, my gosh. I mean, this guy has pretty much got the same stand abilities as Dio Brando's Stand the World. Yeah, same exact abilities, though his ability is not to stop time, no, it's to erase time. It's a very similar ability. Though, there is kind of an explanation for this. The writer of the series occasionally forgets that he's actually used a particular stand ability before. He also forgets what stands look like. Yeah, that's what you get for working on a series for a long time. Yep. The only time I can think of characters writers done this when occasionally forgot, I know that the writer of Fairy Tail has occasionally done this, and Oda has occasionally done this as well, where he occasionally uses a lot of female designs, a lot. Though it makes them uniquely different, in a way. Yep. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. Tomorrow I might get a chance to do more than like one video. I mean, the only videos I'm planning to do tomorrow is 7 Deadly Sins, My Hero Academia, and possibly, if I finish season tomorrow, season 6 review, season 16 for Case Closed. Okay? But Tuesday next review. Bye.